Okay, I'm gonna do my makeup and talk about something spooky. Um, Here we go. So I'm gonna be talking about OU and the Ridges today, which is it's an Ohio paranormal story, which I'm from Ohio, so hometown story. Anyways, OU is Ohio University. I'm not going to be saying Ohio University every time. So we're going to start weirdly with just the ridges and then move on. Okay, so Athens Insane Asylum was opened in 1874. It was it specialized in criminally insane, mentally insane patients. In the beginning, it had mostly the first bit of um, people that were in the Assassins Insane Asylum were prisoners, soldiers of war that had PTSD, women with hysteria, uh, and then the random people that people just drop them off. And so the Ridge's first patients were people that were mostly court ordered or people just dropped off by their family. Um, it was pretty calm for its day, but it was still a crap show. It they practice the Riches was quite calm for their days, so they said, but they still practice some really crappy things. They still practice like ice baths, electroshock therapy, psychoactive drug enhancements, forced labors, lobotomies, the big stuff. And the normal stuff of that time for just about any insane asylum. But the Ridges was still kind of laid back until they had a problem where they started getting overcrowding and the employee to patient ratio was not ideal. It caused a lot of extra rage and problems during its day. And sadly, there was a patient that was staying at the Ridges. Her name was Madison. Ooh, no. Margaret. Margaret Schilling. Let me just knock everything over. Margaret Schilling. Margaret. So they were all playing hide and seek one night. The nurses and some of the patients, having a good old time. And they just forgot to go look for Margaret, which I haven't worked like to like babysit people on a nurse but I've worked in a nursing home, and it's really hard sometimes for nurses to lose patients. So I don't know how they just forgot about her and did not look for her until they started looking for her about 24 hours later. Not the best idea. So she went missing on they played hide and seek on December 1st, 1978. And so that means they didn't look for her until December 2nd, 1978, which I feel so bad for her because she did not do. So they did not end up finding her body. Yes, body until, which this is where it gets a little rough in my notes, because I have some notes that say it's a month, but I also have some notes that says it was closer to 2 to 3 months. So I'm going to say anywhere between 3 to 8 weeks because that's what my research said. They found her body decaying in an abandoned, oh, hello, Cosmo, in an abandoned building that they were no longer using. By the time they had found her body, poor lady, Margaret had decayed so much that she actually left a stain on the floor that they could not get up. And that's one thing you really don't know about, you know, decomposition. Not a lot of people know, I should say, but yeah, the way the body decays, the way you turn to sludge as you die if you don't get embalmed right away. Um, but you still decay, but it's gross. It smells. Mm. You'll have to excuse her. She loves the lights and really doesn't like my flag. But thankfully, and I mean thankfully, the Ridges closed down in 1993. So that horror show stopped before I was born, thank goodness. Come on up. Thank you, darling. Okay, and so when the Ridges closed, it donated its land and its buildings to da 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 OU. Go Bobcats. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not sorry. I have nervous laughter. This is gonna be great. I'm just glad I don't laugh at weird times anymore. That shit stuff is my bad stuff sucked. So when OU received the buildings, there was already, of course, because it's a college, there was already paranormal issues. So first off, we're going to talk about a story that I don't know if is true because I could not find much about this story. But I found out that which hall was it? Sorry. Uh, hold on, I gotta find this. The West Green. We're gonna start with that one. The West Green. Sorry, I'm a little hillbilly, so sometimes things I say don't sound like words. Okay, so the West Green is said to be haunted by Native American spirits. Don't know if that's true. Saw it, read it, like 2 places, could not find it anywhere else. I know, not surprised either. But then next, we're going to talk about my favorite part, which is the hall that was formerly, well, the halls and buildings that were formerly known as the Ridges. So these buildings were turned into the don't okay the Kennedy uh, Museum of Art, and I think is it a multi-use building for the students. So there's some, of course, there's some little spooky stories from around there too, which is every now and then you'll see things, you'll hear things, but they hear disembodied voices, shadow people. There's also been um, sightings of a girl that fits Margaret's description, running around, making noises, having fun. There's been electrical anomalies, things flying around, the whole kit and caboodle, the whole shebang. everything, the stuff, the real stuff it's made of. Hold on. Okay, so now I want to talk about Wilson Hall. That's the next place that I have any stories of paranormal, besides randomly, um, people when it starts to get late or when the fog, because it's Ohio, so when the fog comes, sometimes you see just random students that you've never seen before walking around campus, uh, random voices on the green, Spook Central, but Wilson Hall. So what's really cool about Wilson Hall is I was able to find recent-ish uh, eyewitness accounts from Wilson Hall, which I'm not going to say her name because I read it in an article where she had quoted for the article, and since it's not a direct quote from me, I'm not going to. I'll probably say in the relevance like information that I'll probably post down below. But anyways, so I gotta see which one of these is the lightest. I'm gonna do this one. So Wilson Hall. There was a student who lived in Wilson Hall, and her roommate had all kinds of spooky yuki stories. There was one time. Oh, I guess I didn't write whenever it was. I thought I wrote down when it was. Oopsie doopsie. But anyways, her and her roommate were studying for a test the next day, and one mirror first flies off the shelf, and then another mirror flies off. Oh, I said shelf. Flies off the wall, and then another mirror flies off the wall. One falls halfway between her and the other side of the room, and the other one fell right at her feet. Yep, right at her toesies. I don't like this color. We're gonna finish what we're doing, and then we're gonna fix it. I don't like this color. It didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to. Oh, I want it darker. Darker. So she had went to bed because that freaked her out, and then the next day, I have, if I can find it, I think I have a picture of, because it completely shattered the mirrors. That's much better. It completely shattered the mirrors, and the next day, because they went to bed, freaked out because I don't know about you, but when ghost stuff happens, it takes a lot out of me. It's like it's like they're using my energy. So the next day, as they're just sitting there, one of their math books goes flying across the room. Thank goodness it did not hit either one of them. But she also had another account where she was alone. Her roommate was not around this time to back up the story. But when she was alone in their room, she had seen a mysterious girl walk by that she had never seen before. So she got up and ran to go see who it was, blah, 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 figure things out because we're Ohioans and we're not the brightest when it comes to you should probably not do what you're doing there, bud. But anyways, when she got out there, she was gone. Chick was gone. She said she had like brown hair and stuff like that, but she also said that she was moving slow. She should not have missed her like she did. Sorry, that's bothering me. Gay, 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 gay. Sorry, I'm gay and it's okay. But anyway, in that hall, there is reports of electrical anomalies and um, spectral appearances like that. Every now and then, I do not remember which hall it is off the top of my head, but one of the halls, you'll hear footsteps and random basketball bounces, and some people say it's haunted by the ghosts of the girls' basketball team that that was my eyeball. Poor eyeball. Ah, that perished in a sad, sad, sad bus accident. There's all kinds of random things like that. Um, those are all the semi credible, kind of credible, whatever you want to call them, stories that I found about a cute little town, well, a cute little college campus around me, and um, a asylum that donated buildings to cute little campus near me. So I wanted to start kind of close to home because it's somewhere I know. I've been there. I went there during Halloween parties. I went there during marching band stuff. Like I did a lot of things for OU. I've done a lot of things for OU. I was almost a student at OU, but that's a different story and a different timeline for me, I guess. Anyways, but I wanted to start with that cute little story because there's so many cute little stories about my wonderful Buckeye State. Go Bucks, go Bobcats, go Bengals, go Browns, go Reds. That's all I can think of. But if you guys have any other stories you'd like to have me talk about why I do this crazy crap, oh, let me know. I might do them someday. Um, I honestly expected my makeup to end, but I didn't like that color, so that took a little extra. Um, when I was finished with my story, I'm going to be doing a lot of paranormal stories. Maybe not just ghosties, but spooky things that I like. Who knows what I might talk about? I just need things to talk about while I do my makeup that I find interesting. And let me tell you, as a witch who reads tarot cards, I can really say that I find a lot of things cool. I may do some stories about cryptids, so I was thinking about doing that, but I don't know. Because, like, you know, uh, I don't know much about them. I might do some SCP things also, because I do love me an SCP. Um, yeah. I might talk up. I was thinking about also talking about some of my favorite books that turned to movies that some were based on live witness accounts and some were a fictional account, but still pretty spooky ooky. Sorry, talking while you do your eyeliner is so hard. I'll be right back. Okay, there's the look. That's what I was going for. So if you guys want to leave me any stories to read about, I am really known for deep diving into things I really shouldn't for no reason, just because I want to know answers. So if I find it interesting, sorry, if I didn't find it interesting, I'll read it on here. I'll write a little story about it. We'll have a little fun. So, like, comment, and subscribe for more makeup. It's eventually I'll have stories long enough for you to see how I do the whole thing, because I do hand draw everything that's on my face. So, yeah, like, subscribe, comment, notification bell. Have fun. Always stay sunny.